You walk in there. There's an ear there, brain matter everywhere. What is the process?
We try to keep the emotions detached from our job because once you start knowing too much, it starts getting really heavy for us to clean it. You're pretty much walk into a scene, a horrific scene, something you see in a movie. Like there's splatter everywhere. Brain matter, brain fragments, skin tissue. I had nightmares early on. I would dream my deceased people. I'll see their pictures and then I'll see the brain matter. And I'm like, how did this happen? This guy had a perfect life. I've done houses where in Beverly Hills where they're $5, $7, $10 million homes. He had the perfect life. Why did he kill himself?
Is there a specific case where like you walked into this murder scene and you just couldn't get over it?
There's one that it's probably the one and the only one that I always talk about. And it's probably the worst one I've done. So I walk into their room, first scene there, the kid, one of his kids in one room, walked out to the other kid on the other room. Once I remove the plywood from the floor, then you see a river of blood.
This is the True Hustle Podcast with your host, JR.
This is the True Hustle Podcast with your host, JR.
Bro, you have by far probably one of the craziest jobs in America. Yep. And that's cleaning up either murder scenes or like suicides. How does somebody get into that type of job?
Well, it's definitely one of the most interesting jobs out there for sure.
Oh, that's for sure, bro.
Hands down.
Yeah, it beats mine.
No, we do a lot of crazy cleanups, man. Something that you could only see on TV or movies, right? You would never think that real shit like that happens at times. How did I get into it? I think it started with, I was in the police academy growing up. I was in the academy for LAPD. I wanted to be a cop. That was my dream, right? Yeah. But one thing led to another. I got married at a young age, and that didn't work.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
So that didn't work out. I obviously started working as an adult for Spectrum. I became a business executive there for many years.
So you know all the tricks with Spectrum.
I was a salesman for about 12 years of my life, and I loved doing that, but I wasn't really passionate about it. I didn't think I found what I really had a passion for, and I always knew that I needed to find my niche. And it took me 33 years of my life to find my niche, and one of my friends from the police academy actually works for a company that does what I do. So he kind of told me, oh, this is what I do. And I was like, damn, that's that's interesting, Like, I would love to do that stuff, So I was like, hey, man, let me shadow you. Like, let me go with you. Let me see what's the deal. Like, that sounds interesting. I said, I'm always curious, and I like to see if it's something that I would like to do, the entrepreneurship in me. So I shadowed him, and then that day we went to do a suicide cleanup for a public defender. And it was downtown LA. And he told me, bro, it's going to be graphic. There's like, you're okay with blood? I mean, like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, man, that thing excites me. Like, it's dope. Let's go check it out. So we went there, and this guy, I don't know what he was going through eventually. Obviously, there was some drugs in the unit that, I don't know, he was probably drinking. I don't know what was going through his head. But he killed himself. And he killed himself that evening, and he got called in to clean it up the next day. So it was fairly quick. Just had happened. So that's when I fell in love with it, honestly. As weird as it sounds, I saw the blood. It kind of reminded me of Dexter. I'm not sure you guys are familiar with that show. Yeah. There's blood splatter. You start thinking of how it happened. You start drawing a picture, what led to that. And ever since then, I started really looking into it. I was like, so I told him, what do I need? He's like, well, I mean, I don't really know because I'm not the owner, but you need this certification, this licenses, this is what you need. So I started really looking into it. It took me about 2 years of literally just planning, research, and getting my license certifications, and I finally got it all, and I just decided to go for it.
So that requires some type of license.
Definitely.
All right. Well, let's back up a little bit, bro, because I feel like I have so many questions, brother. When you walk into this murder scene, this is a suicide scene.
Correct.
The body's no longer there.
Yeah.
So that's being removed. So you get to walk in there, there's blood everywhere, probably brain matter on the walls.
Correct.
And that's your job.
Yes. So I got to clean the mess. So medical examiners.
No mames. Like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't mean to cut you off. I get excited with stories like this. So I know what you're thinking at home. Like, okay, you walk in there, walk me through a suicide cleanup.
So a lot of times we get a call. So I'm like, hey, this happened. There's a suicide cleanup. A lot of times we don't get the details, right? And it's better for us to not really know what really happened.
Yeah,
I think
so.
We try to keep the emotions and detached from our job, because once you start knowing too much, it starts getting really heavy for us to clean it. I learned my lesson early on. We'll talk about that as we get there. But once we get there, then you're pretty much walk into a scene, a horrific scene, something you see in a movie. Like there's blood splatter everywhere, brain matter, brain fragments, skin tissue, hair follicles, everything you can see. They pick up, the medical examiners, they pick up the body, they remove it, they clear the scene, but as far as the deceased person, and everything they could pick up. But, there's fingertips, fingernails, ears, everything you could think of, it's there, okay? And we get to see that firsthand. Aside from seeing it, there's an odor to blood, right? There's an odor to when someone just passed away, and then there's an odor when someone's been dead for days, and that's the decomposition state, right? So when I walk in there, if it's fairly fresh, it smells like a hierro, like a como hierro, there's a special it's like metal, right? That's when it's fresh. So I had to get used to that smell early on, and but yeah, it's definitely a specific, very interesting job, and it's one of those for sure.
Okay, you walk in there. There's an ear there, brain matter everywhere. What is the process? Like, is there like, all right, pues deja agarro la reja yo y tú ponte allá. Like, what's the cleaning process? Like, is there like, do you go from top to bottom?
I think when we get there, obviously priority is safety, right? Because, of course, we prioritize that, and we are literally zoned in to make sure that we protect ourselves. Because when you're dealing with these cleanups, there's a lot of diseases that come with these cleanups. There's HIV, hepatitis B. You don't know what these people. Sometimes we cleanups from homeless people that are infected with. They're known to be infected with HIV or certain diseases. So we treat all cleanups the same. Whether it was a lawyer, whether it was a homeless, we assume that they're all could be diseased with something. And so safety is always first. We try to really see, okay, we do an assessment, be like, okay, this is the plan. We're going to do containment. This is where we're going to don our hazmat suits. Now let's identify where's the finger. Let's identify where's the ears. So we start doing all the assessments, because, when you blow your brains, man, there's shits everywhere. There's ears in the kitchen, in the island, sometimes.
Te cortas un dedo, there's blood squirting.
Now think about a shotgun going through your head and just goes everywhere, man. I'm talking about things everywhere. So that's another thing. You got to be very thorough at cleaning everything. Last thing you want to go is go back to your warehouse and they call you, hey, man, you forgot a finger underneath the island. Like, that's the worst call you want to get. That means I didn't do my job right. And I know it's probably funny, but the reality is fucked up, man. But we want to make sure it's safe for any tenants or the family to start their grieving process and, get back to life. Because it's very traumatic, man. People are very overwhelmed. So there has to be a compassionate and obviously approach. It's very sensitive. A lot of the cleanups, unfortunately, I cannot record because of the sensitivity and the privacy issue. No. Last thing you want is record one of those scenes and, families see it and they're respectful. So there's a thin line that I have to navigate myself sometimes. And
I respect that.
And being respectful for that and respectful for the family because they lost a loved one. But yeah, it's a very graphic scene. It could be very overwhelming if you're not mentally prepared for it. And if you know how to detach yourself and disconnect yourself from what you just cleaned, you're going to take it home. And
you said something very important. How do you mentally prepare for something of that magnitude? Because now you're cleaning brain matter. You're picking up body parts. But yet, at 6 o'clock, your family's waiting for you for dinner.
I had to learn that. I think over time, I started learning how to detach myself emotionally. At first, it was very heavy. You got to get used to it. Keep in mind, I walked into an industry I had no experience on. Okay? So I didn't have the hands-on experience. So I obviously got my certifications. I did my licensing, everything through a book, but never had the hands-on experience. So I went straight to the fire. Right, so nobody prepared me for the mental, draining, how draining it could be. My problem early on was I was asking too many questions about who this person was. Who was he? Oh, he was a nice dad. He was super nice, nicest guy you would never think of this and that. But he was going through some stuff, and when you start hearing the details of who this person really was, you start really feeling bad for the person because you're human, right? So that kind of damn, I just cleaned this cleanup, and that guy was a nice guy. I took it home. It's like you feel a certain type of way no matter what. So I learned early on that, you know what? I got to just know what happened, like what I got to clean. Let's clean it. Let's get out. And that has helped me really detach myself from that because it could be very mentally draining. So you learn as you go.
Yeah. I would probably be the same as you, though. Ask questions. And I think experience is going to teach you.
Yeah.
Just don't ask.
Don't.
The more you ask, the more attached you're going to get.
Mm-hmm. And it's a reality that I learned. I had nightmares early on. I would dream my deceased people. I'll see their pictures, and then I'll see the brain matter. And I'm like, how did this happen? You know, this guy had a perfect life. I've done houses where in Beverly Hills where they're $5, $7, $10 million homes. He had the perfect life. Why did he kill himself? You start asking yourself, like, money doesn't fix everything. You know, money's not everything. So I learned, and I changed the way I see life now. The perspective of life has definitely changed me as a person. This job has changed me. So I see life differently now. And but, you know, there's good and bad in everything.
What's the biggest impact that this job has taught you or this business has taught you?
I think just be more like in the moment. Obviously, nothing's promised. You know, a lot of things, we all have issues. We all have problems. You really don't know what someone's going through. So we're quick to judge. But that person might be going through the worst time of his life. And sometimes if that person doesn't have the support or the family or anyone to really help them get through that, because we all go through rough patches, then the easy route is killing themselves. And it's sad. So I learned how to just be more. I take it day by day. I believe in taking. I don't like to overthink no more. I like to live my days one day at a time and just make every day the best I can. And because nothing's promised, I've seen horrific accidents. It's not just people killing themselves. It's horrific accidents where it's catastrophic. Something just catastrophically happened and someone lost their lives. So nothing's promised. Just appreciate your life and just be respectful and just have a good heart in everywhere you can, man.
What's one of the, is there a specific case where like you walked into this murder scene and you just couldn't get over it? Like it went home with you and it stayed with you for like a whole week and you kept on just thinking about it.
There's one that it's probably the one and the only one that I always talk about, and it's probably the worst one I've done. And probably the worst one because I have a core memory about it because it was my first one. Well, technically it was my second blood cleanup, right? It was in Bakersfield. It was 7 p.m. On a Thursday, and I got a call. Hey, we have a triple homicide that just happened earlier in the day. We need someone to come out and get this clean as soon as possible. And I was like, yeah, what's your address, this and that, give me a little bit of the details. And she's like, we're in Bakersfield. That's a 2.5-hour drive. So I was like, we could definitely make it out there. They sent me some pictures. I kind of gave them a general idea what they could expect because I don't want no surprises as far as the cost. And they're like, yeah, we just got to get it done ASAP because we don't want the family to really.
So that was in a house or an apartment?
It was in a condominium, a 2-floor condominium. Fuck. So once I get there, so we did the drive. We left. Once we got our equipment ready, we probably started driving over there by 10 p.m. We got there midnight. This is at midnight, okay? So here we are. We get to the scene. I just know 3 people had been killed. I just didn't know what it was, or the details.
Like the magnitude of it.
The magnitude of it.
Okay.
And so I got to the scene. I spoke to the property manager that hired us to do the cleaning, the HOA, the association. And he told me, yeah, his father lost it, and he killed his wife and his 2 kids. And I just, when they told me that, I was like, nobody prepared me. I prepare myself to clean blood for adults and people, but no one prepares you to clean after a kid. I got 6 of my own. So that kind of got my hair like, I was like, wow. I had to take a step back and really think about what I was going to get myself into. That's when it hit me. I was like, damn, I'm really doing this. So before I even went in, I'm already like, damn, like I'm going in there to do this cleanups. That so some kids, innocent kids, passed away. As soon as I walked in, you start connecting the dots. You see the domestic abuse. You see the walls like broken into. You see a blood trail going up the stairs. But before I went up the stairs,
I got chills.
Yeah,
bro.
it's bad. I still get chills to this day because I see the pictures of the family, the father, the wife, the 2 kids, just happy. Like what happened? What did it lead to a father to kill his wife and his 2 beautiful kids? How can you explain that? It's just how evil this world could be at times. And you don't know what that guy was going through, or was he in drugs or whatnot. As soon as I walked in there, I did my assessment because I obviously only saw pictures. I walked to the kitchen. I seemed like this happened early morning because there was two bowls of cereals from the kids in the table. And so you start, yeah, it's bad. So you start seeing the bowls of cereals, and then you start walking up the stairs. You see blood trails of blood going up the stairs. As soon as I walk in the stairs, I see this big puddle of blood that he tried to clean after himself. He tried to clean it himself after he killed his wife. This happened on the second floor, right? So there's this vacuum, and they're just cleaning Awesome supply, the Awesome cleaner, Clorox and stuff. Like, he was trying to clean it. Okay, and at the same time, there's like a struggle. There's broken drywall, everything. So once I get there, then I'm all like, okay, so this has to be the wife, because it was a lot more blood. It was like an adult. It was a lot more saturation. And I was like, where's the kids? So my thinking is, when this started happening and he killed the wife, the kids went to their rooms and they hid themselves from the dad. And I was like, damn, I don't know if I'm ready for this. So I walk into their room and I see first scene there, the kid, one of his kids in one room, walked out to the other kid in the other room. So that really was that was probably one of the hardest, and to this day, probably because it was my first, and kind of prepared me for the rest that I've done now. But it was very extensive cleanup. It was one of the most gruesome ones, where the wife passed away. There's a plywood, and there's carpet padding, and then you have the carpet. Rule of thumb, you gotta remove if it's structural, especially when it happens on the floor, you gotta remove all the structural components that have been affected by blood or bodily fluids. So we had to cut the drywall, we had to cut the actual carpet padding, and then we had to cut into the drywall. Once I removed the plywood from the floor, then you see a river of blood on the bottom. So you see the drywall from the bottom unit, and there's just blood. So now I had to cut into the bottom unit. I had to cut the drywall. So now there's a hole between the bottom and the top that you could see from upstairs down. It was crazy. It was one of the most intense. At this time, it was already 3 a.m. We got there at midnight. We're already like 4 hours into it, just cleaning the part of where the wife was. We still had to do the other areas where the kids were. But yeah, it was one of the most memorable ones. One of the most, I think I couldn't get over it for months. It got to me. It really got.
Did you question yourself? Like, okay, this is real. This is not a scary movie. This is real life. And this is something that, like, the way I see it is, after that long night, you're just supposed to go have breakfast like a regular person. Like, that's crazy, bro.
That's what I do now. I learned how to live with that now. I could do a cleanup right now, and
then just go.
I'll be going with my family.
How long did it take for you?
2 years to adjust. It takes time, and that day was very heavy. And even
it's heavy right now.
The ride home. It's something I still remember those kids' faces. I see the other pictures, and I still to this day. And it came out on the news. It was something that was very big in Bakersfield. It was just very, very mentally draining. So I had to learn.
This makes you think, as a parent, like, there's nothing that could be going so wrong that I would ever consider that.
Yeah.
Ever. So it makes you think, like, what was he going through? How bad?
My assumption is probably in drugs, drinking. I think it takes someone not to be in the right senses to do some horrific stuff like that. Because someone that's thinking straight will never do that. Because, we as parents, we give our lives for our kids. We fight the world for them. And for him to take his own kid's life away, it's crazy. And I think he was under the influence of something, and things got out of hand. And I think when he finally caught onto it, he started trying to clean it, try to get away with it. The fact that he's still alive today and he's living with that in jail, I don't know how he's not going crazy.
Oh, he didn't commit suicide.
No, he killed his wife, he killed the 2 kids. And he didn't have what it took to take his own, unfortunately. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Which
I believe
it's better. I think it's better.
I believe there's a special place in hell for people like that.
Definitely. I agree with that.
Eternity of burning.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Okay. So, oh, man.
So
this is real reaction. See, shit. what was the first thing you did? Okay. Going through something like that, does that make you appreciate just the smallest things in life a little bit more?
Definitely.
And does that teach you, all right, I'm a little bit upset today at my kids or at my wife, but it's not that big of a deal. Doesn't it like give you a little bit more like, ay, no voy a exagerar ahora. Like, it's not that serious.
It has definitely changed my perspective and everything I do now. I try to slow down now. I'm always a fast pace, and I try to like slow down a little bit more and try to be more patient, because I used to have a really bad road rage problem.
Really?
Where I wanted to fight people. I wouldn't want to.
I couldn't tell.
I think we could all relate.
You're like pretty calm, bro.
No, back then, man, we used to get at it. I want to get off the car and fight people and stuff like that. Now I have done cleanups where people have been murdered because of a road rage. I have done cleanups in cars. We done that. So I think at this point I've done every scenario you could think of. So now when I'm in the road and someone's honking me and telling me off, I'm like, I just keep on going, man, because you don't know if that person's gonna get off and shoot you up, man. I seen it all, so I've been on the other side of the coin that you guys don't get to see. So I learned how to just, take a deep breath and just keep on going.
So now that you see movies and you're like, that's not how it goes, man. So now you know every trick in the book.
Yeah.
Because movies are movies, but I'm sure that you'll be able to dissect. Like, yeah, that's real. They made it kind of real on that movie. Or no, se pasaron de verga. That shit's not real.
It's crazy though, because in Hollywood they're pretty good at making real shit, man. Like they sometimes I see it, I'm like, damn, they got it down pretty good. Like that's how real they make it. And, they're in Hollywood.
Shit,
so. But there's just some that are not.
It scared me.
Not as good. But nah, man, definitely makes you slow down a little bit, appreciate your kids, and just enjoy the moment more.
What is the smell of a decomposed body?
It's a smell that I still cannot describe to you. It's probably the worst smell I have ever smelled, ever. It's very difficult to explain. There's a lot of gases, a lot of different odors. It's so hard to pin it and say, oh, it smells like this. Sometimes it smells sweet, sometimes it smells sour. As crazy as it sounds, man. But it's a nasty sweet or a nasty sour smell that I even have. Podrido, man. The worst decompositions are the ones that drink a lot and they die because of cirrhosis or something. Those are the worst, because you can still smell the alcohol and you smell the rotten insides of that person.
Fucking way.
So those are the worst, and especially if it's been there for weeks, even months, it's even worse. It becomes even worse then.
So okay, a body has been in the same position for 1 month, and it's of a body of an alcoholic person. Mm-hmm. How hard is it to get that smell out?
So rule of thumb, you got to get rid of all the structural components that have been compromised by the bodily fluids. You got to get rid of the source of the odor. So first things first, get rid of, if he passed away in the bed, get rid of the bed, get rid of the frame. And now if you have the floor that's compromised, at that point, the guy melted. At that point, the guy melted. There's bodily fluids on the floor. Right here, we have vinyl click. Now I have to cut into the vinyl click, and I have to cut in more than likely into the plywood. At that point, you got structural components. You have the big structural 2x6s or 2x8 or 2x10s, depending on that structure. I can't cut into that because then you're going to have a building that's going to fall apart. So at that point, I remove all the components that I could remove, and then you got to really wire brush and redo your treatment on those studs and encapsulate, treat it, and just once you get rid of the main source of the odors, then the smell is going to reduce drastically. But a lot of things that come into play as well, and it's very important, it's equipment. We have equipment. We have hydroxyl generators. They're very expensive machines, $5,000, $7,000 machines. These machines have hydroxyls that releases radicals that go airborne. These radicals, as they make contact with odor molecules, contaminants, viruses, it breaks it apart. Very effective technology. So that kind of helps us reduce those smells as well. We have HEPA air scrubbers. So as you're disturbing all these contaminants and you're making a lot of movement, these contaminants go airborne. So we have machines in place to intake all the contaminants that go airborne to avoid any cross-contamination. So there's a lot of preparation, a lot of equipment, a lot of tools, a lot of chemicals, a lot of stuff that go into play into getting rid of the smells. So it's not easy to get away with murder, so don't try it.
Yeah, because I think, because I do real estate, and I'm like, okay, so if there's a body that's on the floor, then these fluids go into the paneling, the sub-paneling, the framing, like, how do you get rid of all that? You know, like you can't go and some of them might be on the slab. Now you're talking about foundation, like.
Yeah, there's a lot of companies that go out there and they do a surface clean. There's bodily fluids. They don't remove the vinyl click or whatnot, and it looks good. They'll take care of it. But then you get a call back from the property owners like, hey, there's this very bad odor coming off from the same room, and now we have maggots coming out of the floor. Has happened. I have gone to clean up projects from other remediation companies that don't do the right procedures, and I gotta be covering up their fuck ups, and it's messed up.
But maggots only come out
when the bodily fluids are still embedded in the structure, and the decomposition, obviously over time, you know, the blood and, you know, the maggots start coming out. So yeah, that's why you gotta remove it. Yeah, it's crazy, and the smell is horrible, man. So yeah, once I leave the house, I remove 95 to 99% of the odor. It's gone. You can't even smell it no more. And equipment does the remaining. So sometimes I gotta leave equipment there running for a day or 3. It just depends how extensive.
Have you ever done a cleaning, a murder scene or a suicide scene cleaning, and then the family shows up?
We've done cleanups where the family's not there where we're cleaning, but they're on scene, and they're crying, they're sobbing in tears, they're going through the worst time. And we're over here coming out with the mattress full of bodily fluids and plastic, obviously, and they see everything. They start crying even more. And you feel that emotion, you know, so you got to just stay zoned in and just keep that emotions detached from, because it really messes you up sometimes. And you really feel bad for people sometimes. We're human, man. You have to, you know, like, it's pretty sad. And then, you know, they're sobbing in tears, and that's their son, or that's their husband, or their father, or it's usually men that always get into shit, man. That's why women survive longer than men. We always the ones killing ourselves or they're getting killed. I don't know why, but most cleanups, believe it or not, it's men.
So it's safe to say that most suicides that you clean up are men.
I don't think we've done a women's cleanup, a suicide cleanup, to be quite honest with you. In 3 years, I think there all have been men, straight up. It's crazy. And now that I think about it, it's been men. But I think it has to do a lot with the pressure that we have sometimes. We as men, we're providers. We're a husband, we're a father, we still got to go to work, and we have so much on our plate that sometimes our partners or family or people don't see, you know, like they underestimate the pressure of being a provider, and sometimes they just can't bear with it, and they just decide to end it, and it's sad. If you don't have the right support, the right partner or family to get you through those bad times, then that's the easy route. And now everyone has access to guns.
That's a crazy stat.
Yes,
you
sir.
never cleaned up a female
Never in 3 years.
suicide.
That's crazy. I haven't. Not a suicide for a woman.
Well, I mean,
I think they're smarter, even though they're more emotional.
Women are
more emotional.
Are smarter, way more emotional, but I think they're more in tune with their feelings.
I think so.
But I think it has a lot to do with society and the pressure that it gives men.
Yeah.
Like, ain't nobody pity us. Ain't nobody like, oh, it's a pat in the back. It's gonna be like, no, ponte a trabajar, cabrón. And you know, don't be sad. And then we, you know, I could see why.
I think it's pressure. I think we have more pressure.
Well, pressure is
it's that, and sometimes we as men don't know how to deal with pressure, man. And sometimes they just end it. So it's sad, but it happens very often.
How many companies is there? Like, is there a lot of companies that do what you do?
Believe it or not, there isn't. So I think I'm blessed to be in a company, in an industry that is not as competitive. There's not many companies. There's probably about solid regionally here that do what I do. It's probably a good solid 5 companies. Given how much the population in LA County and Orange County, millions and millions of residents, that's very little companies for so much shit that happens. So our phone's always ringing. It rings every 20 minutes. It's something's going on every time. So there's not a lot of companies. And I'll tell you why there's not a lot of companies, because it's a very specific industry that requires special people to do these cleanups. It's not for everyone. It looks cool when you see it on our content. Oh, that's cool. You know, like you want to see it. But the reality is, once you're living it, you're hearing the story, you see the family going through the worst times of their lives. You get to smell it, you get to touch it. You're like, yeah, now I know why people. Now I know why there's only 5 companies. You know, the turnover rate too. There's a lot of turnover of employees. You hire people, You invest in training, 3 months, 6 months, and it costs you money to onboard them and invest in them in certifications and training and all that. And they're like, fuck this. This is not for me. I'm having nightmares. I'm done. I'm gone. And that's why it's so hard to scale this business. There's pros and cons to it. It's so hard to scale the industry or your business because there's not a lot of reliable people that are meant to be for this job, and they have the work ethic and the love and passion for it, because you got to love it, man. Don't do it just for the money, because that's not going to be it. So, yeah, it's definitely not a lot of companies out there and not a lot of family operated. I think I'm probably the only family operated out of the 5. I think there's 2, that are family operated. Mm-hmm. And that's what has separated us from the rest of the competition. I came in here 3 years ago, and I could probably say that I am the #1 biohazard cleaning company in reviews and ranked. When you search us up in LA County, we come up first now. And there's companies that have been here doing this for 15, 20 years. But I think they stay with the old systems. They're still doing things old school, manual estimates. Now I do everything automated. I have CRMs, automation is everything. I invest a lot in marketing, and I think I'm a millennial, new generation. I see things different, social media. So I'm doing a movement that they're older owners. They're 50, 60 years old. They're on the old side of things. I come with different mentalities, and I'm bringing awareness, and people get to see firsthand what's really happening out there. And
your marketing is good, bro.
Yeah, thank you. So we done, and it helps to have a great team. I think none of this possible. You gotta be a great owner and great visionary, but if you don't have the man that are out there on their knees doing the cleanups and really enjoying what they're doing and being respectful and loving the whole situation, I think it's not possible. So I think I've been able to grow my business. Super quick, given the team and family that I have helping me do the cleanups on a day-to-day.
Are you the only Latino one?
Yes, there is. Yeah, actually.
What?
Yep. Proud to say, only Mexican, Latino, and that's doing it within that industry. At least here regionally, nationwide, I'm sure there's probably 1 or 2 other ones, but
not in this region.
Not that I'm aware of, but at least here in the region, I think I am.
That's what's up, man.
Yes, sir.
What's the fastest? Let's say you hire somebody on Monday. How long did it take for somebody to quit and realize that this is real, this is real blood, this is real brain matter, body fluids, this isn't TV, this isn't cool, this is real? Do you want to invest in real estate but have no idea where to start? Go ahead and send us a text or give us a call at 323-352-7946, and let's discuss what's the best option for you. Now let's get back to the episode, baby. How long did it take for somebody to just say, you know what, F this, I'm out?
So I learned my lesson because one time I invested a lot in hiring a guy. I trained him and everything, and didn't give him the hands-on experience until the day of. And she was shocked. He was like, oh no, like he was scared of even touching things. So I was like, well, what's going on? Like, you told me that you don't mind in the interview, and now you're like a whole different person.
That would be me, by the way.
Like, what is
I'll
it?
be like, yeah, I'm down, bro.
I thought you loved this.
Like, and then I'm getting like, no. I quit.
So I thought you loved this. You told me this is what you do or what you want to do. And I'm like, it's like, nah, man, it looks a lot different on TV. It looks a lot different on your videos. So now I'd rather bring him along.
This ain't Instagram.
So yeah, he quit, I think, the first day. After training and going through 3 weeks of training and all that, he didn't. He's like, nah, this is not for me.
It's because theory is different than real life. I said that before, like even in my business, which is nothing like that. I'm like, yeah, you read all these things in books, and you're getting your certifications and your license. That don't mean shit.
No.
Once you get to the field and you experience and you see it, then you're gonna determine whether or not this is.
And that's why I get a lot of people hitting me up, be like, hey, I want to get into the industry. Like, how can I get into your industry? So my advice always, get the experience first. Make sure it's something you really want to get yourself into. You don't go into. I did it like with no hands-on experience, and I struggle with it. You know, like luckily I went through it, and I really found the way to just go through it, the emotional aspect of things, and I'm here. It's successfully doing it now, thank God. But it might be different for someone else. Man, if you're investing all that time to get your certifications, 2 years, and then to jump into the fire, and then you're like, oh no, this is not for me. It's like going to college or university, and you want to get a 4-year degree, and then you graduate, get your degree, and you're like, oh no, this is not for me. Like no, like you invested all that time, like no. And for me, I had second thoughts early on. I was like, do I really want to do this now? Like that one I was telling you really messed me up. But I went through it, man. My family has always been my motivation factor.
Usually I tell like my guests, like, hey, I'll go like stop by and check out. No, I'm not going to do that with you, bro. Like there's no way that I could go check that. I'm that guy that will probably see the mom and I'll just want to go like give him a hug. Like it's going to be fine. Like, yeah, I can't do a field trip with you. Like, sorry, bro.
Invite him, man.
You know, like I just, I couldn't. Me corto el dedo. Me sale poquita sangre y ya me siento like, you know, like. Y mirar eso, and then like, you know why? I would ask questions.
Yeah.
And that would mess me up, bro.
Yeah. And I was like that.
If they tell me like, oh, well, eran dos hermanos. O eran dos. Oh, no, bro. I couldn't do that, brother. It's just probably weighed really heavy on me.
Yeah, definitely.
Has this taught you how crazy and evil people are?
Yeah, I wasn't aware of how evil people can be before I did these cleanups. Now that I have seen all scenarios and cleaned them firsthand, makes you be more cautionary about confrontation or just like you want to fight me? I'll see you later, bro. I ain't no punk, you know. But I am not gonna entertain a fight with you because I got a family to go to, and if we're gonna fight, shit's gonna go down, and I don't know who's gonna end up bad here. But I'd rather just take the high road, and you think I'm a little punk, but I am not. Unless you're really physically attacking me, well, that's different. I'm going to defend myself. But it's not going to be like, oh, let's go for it. So, yeah, it's crazy.
I just think it comes with age, too. And it comes with the things you've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would probably make me less confrontational.
I'll tell you that if we all had a chance to do a crime scene cleanup, I think we'll all have a different perspective of life and be a lot more peaceful out there on the streets.
You're going to pump me up to man up, bro.
I think we all will have a different perspective of life, and we'll all be more peaceful and more biased on letting things go sometimes, because this shit changes the way you see things, bro. This shit's fucked up.
The most blood I've seen is when I seen my kids, my wife give birth. I was there for both of them.
Shit.
That's the most blood I've ever seen. Like, hijo de su puta madre. Estoy manejando, güey. And then the nurses
I have 6 kids, so I seen it 6 times, and I still didn't prepare me for this shit. So trust me,
so that's nothing?
That's nothing, brother. No, I seen that thing 6 times, cut the cord on every one of my kids, and I still didn't prepare me for what I was got myself
Only
into.
One of them got me like kind of like, and that was for my daughter, and the nurse was like, oh my God, sit down. And I'm like, cálmate. You know, like straight Mexican, stubborn, huh? I got it. I'm not even. They're like, you're pale. I'm like, chill. It's my color.
That's my color.
Oh, man. So, yeah, I could just imagine some of the sites that you visited and the lessons that it comes with. Because it comes with tons of lessons, bro.
Yes, sir. It does. It really does. And honestly, as much as I try to be emotionally detached from these cleanups, you still have to be human at times. You know, people, sometimes they want to hug. You know,
yes.
Like they want to be hugged and they want to be told that it's going to be okay. And I have to be that person. I have to be like, you know, like, so they're crying in my shoulder.
But it shows that you're compassionate.
Of course, you know, and I really care about them, you know what I mean? But I'm like over here trying to not feel their emotion, you know, like, because I got to be focused. I can't be sad or crying because then I can make a mistake. Then I could get sick or like shit could go wrong. You get me? So I'm over here like hugging them and I'm like, okay, like I got to go clean it now. But like trying to be compassionate. I don't want her to feel that I'm cold and I'm dry. You get me? Like, I want her to feel like, okay, we care. Like, I'm here for you, you know? But at the same time, I don't want to feel that emotion. I got to really be like, okay, like, let me do my job now. Like, I got to clean this for you. You know, like, if I'm not focused and if I'm feeling sad, I'm going to cut myself. I'm going to skip a step or whatnot. And then I'm going to have a situation here with safety. And so that's why, that's why when I go to my crime scenes, I really don't do my crime scenes anymore. I don't get dirty no more. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I deal with the emotional aspect of it. I am like their pillow, okay? So if it's still draining for me at the time, so I'm not going to be 100% to do that cleanup. So I have my project manager or I have my admin Henry or whatever we do the cleanups take a lead, and they don't have to deal with the emotional. They just need to know, go clean it. I don't give them a scoop of what really happened and what the story behind it.
That's smart, though.
And I learned that. I think it was better for me because at first I was taking it all in, and then I was getting right to the fire. And
then, I missed the finger.
I'm like, fuck. So that's how I do it now. But I miss it though. Last time I told him I did a unattended deck cleanup, and it was one of those. I just, you know what? Let me get in there again. You know, like so I suited and booted and I got in there and I did the cleanup. You know, like, you know, sometimes you want to get there. You know, because I love it. I generally love what I do, man. So, but yeah.
All right, this is just for other junkies out there that love murder scenes and stuff like that. What's the texture of brain matter?
It's almost like an eggshell, like, you know, the inside of a huevo, you know, not the eggshell, the yolk. White. It's like the yolk, you know. It's very like it's very slimy, and it has some texture. So it does have texture. It's pretty weird to explain. When my daughter plays a lot with her, what is it called? With the squeegees.
Yeah.
And she has one specific one that is like a cottage cheese type.
Uh-huh.
And that one, I don't know why it feels like it. So last time she was like, "Hey, Dad," and I was like, "Oh shit, no, I'm not trying to think about work right now, here, baby." Like, it's weird, man. Little things like that bring you back to your job. You know, it's like, it's fucked up. You know, as much as you try to disconnect yourself, you know, things, and even with your family, you see things. So
you automatically know what's brain matter.
Of course, yeah. So there's skull fragments, hair follicles. There's times the body is just deceased for days or weeks, and the skin stays on the mattress. And all the hair follicles are still standing like this, you know, like they're still there. So once you actually remove the skin, it's like chicharrones. You know, it's like, you know, like when you know,
yes,
it has a weird cracking sound. So my project manager, he's a fool sometimes. As serious as he gets, you know, sometimes he just, oh, look, it sounds weird. I'm like, man, come on, just focus. But, you know, I get it. You know, he's trying to really disconnect himself from the seriousness of what it is. You know,
of course.
Because, you know, you gotta be serious, but you also gotta sometimes have some fun with it, because it's fucking draining, man. And so yeah, we've done some crazy.
Are you guys seeing my expressions right now? Yeah, it's pretty serious. I'm just like, what the fuck? Chicharrones. I just ate chicharrones for Mother's Day.
Oh
dog.
Shit, there it is.
Like, no lie, my brother-in-law Freddie, what's up, fool? He fucking brought some chicharrones. I love chicharrones. No way, not today. I don't like chicharrones.
Nah, but a lot of food that I eat sometimes reminds me of my cleanups. Like eggs and just some very weird, like when I eat like, what is it called? Not the pasta, the one that has layers.
Oh, lasagna.
Lasagna, bro. Specifically that one. I don't know why. It just gets very dirty sometimes. I'm like, there's certain things that bring me back to my job, and I try to be like, oh, fuck. Why can't it just be tacos or something?
Oh, you said, that's my love language, fool. I love tacos, dog. Oh, fuck. Okay.
But yeah, we've done some very high-profile cleanups, too.
Is there any famous ones? But you can't disclose the name.
We've done some very famous people. Not necessarily for...
Well, actually, now that you bring that up. This is within your line of scope. I mean, within your scope of your job duties, right? Kobe's helicopter crash.
Yeah.
How do you assess that crime scene, or that? Is it technically a crime scene, or is it a...
It's not a crime scene. It's a horrific accident.
It was just an accident, right?
But obviously there's body components scattered throughout.
Yeah.
Probably 300-500 yards.
Yeah.
You know, just scattered everywhere. I'm a diehard Laker fan, first of all. Kobe was like my hero. I grew up seeing Kobe, so I took that very personal.
That's probably the only athlete and only celebrity that I've ever like pulled over for, and I was on my way to the gym, and I went through it. It's like I lost someone I really love, and it felt really personal. He's someone I look up to my whole life, but yeah, just thinking about. I even read the report. I guess there was parts of his body fragments that they found, and they were able to identify him because of his tattoo. You know, with Vanessa, he had his unique tattoo here on his right arm, I think it was. And just reading the report, I wasn't doing crime scene cleaning or any of that type of cleanup at the time, so I didn't really have the knowledge that I have. And
couldn't draw a picture of it. But now that I think about it, I'm sure it was a very gruesome scene, just going around the field and finding all these body parts, a head there, a hand there, a leg here, his torso here. It's crazy, man. So whatever those firefighters saw that day, the sheriffs and the medical examiners, it's something they'll never forget the rest of their lives. And the fact that it was Kobe too, and especially those sheriffs that were very respectful and took pictures of Kobe's body parts, that's why I know why Vanessa Bryant was so upset. And I don't blame her. You know, like, she sued the shit out of him as she should have. And she don't need the money. She donated that money, if I'm not mistaken.
Also, she won.
She won the case, yeah. She sued them for, like, I think millions of dollars. She got to teach them a lesson, man, because these guys or sheriffs were at the bar. Oh, look at Kobe, this and that, this and that. It's just very disrespectful, man. One thing I am in my crime scenes, I think I'm very respectful and mindful because that's someone's loved one, man. I think about it. That could be my dad, that could be my brother, my kid, whatever it is. Got to be respectful. Have fun within yourselves, you know, to try to clean it, get it.
What did they take pictures of?
His body parts. They
Like his arm?
They found his torso and they found one of his arms with a tat. And they took pictures of it, of Kobe's arm and certain body parts that it was private information. It should have stayed contained. Luckily, it didn't leak to the public. Thank God, because now I don't think nobody wants to have that last thing I remember about Kobe is when he dropped the mic. You know, like when Black Mamba out. You know, that's the memory I have for him forever, and I want to stay like that. And if I would have saw that picture with his arm and something like that, that would be my last memory. You know, and I don't want that. So thank God it didn't leak out, and they were able to keep it like that. But
did they fire those sheriffs?
I think so. I think they did. Yeah, it was pretty bad, man. Yeah.
I have a question.
Oh shit!
So there's a handful of you guys that are cleaning, but like, if you were to be doing this while this happened, what were the odds of you getting that job? Like, you think it would have been pretty high for you to have gotten that call?
Yeah, there's only 5 companies out in the region, and a lot of the high-profile calls. And given that we're the #1 ranked biohazard cleaning company now, more than likely I would have got the call.
You would have got that.
So then, who cleaned it up?
I don't know. That's a good question. And at the time, I wasn't in the industry. It was 2020. It was 2020, right? I was.
No, it was 20.
It was right before COVID. It was right before COVID. It was February 2020. That was right before COVID went crazy.
Oh, that's right.
That was when everybody went on lockdown and everything.
Yeah.
That was right before. It was February 20th, if I'm not mistaken. It was February 20, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll never forget that day, man. It was a cloudy day, and man, I just wish he would have just drove out there. But yeah, probably one of my competitors got it, and I'm almost sure who got it. I'm not gonna give him.
So is there a specific? Okay, when it comes to celebrity death cases or suicides or crime scenes, you guys take the same approach, whether it's
nothing changes.
Nothing changes.
Our process and our procedures doesn't change.
Yeah,
it's the same, business as usual. The difference here is it comes with a lot of liability. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because they make you sign an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. Yeah. If anything leaks out, they're gonna come after everything you have on your bank account, and you're gonna lose your company. So for me, I have to take my most trusted personnel, which is this case is my admin at Henry, which is very trusted for me, and my project manager. So there's 2 or 3 guys that I could keep things tight, and I know will remain like that. Because what happens is we sign these contracts. They have to get all his social media accounts. They get his personal, his business. They get his social security. They get all his last addresses. They get everything. They want to know everything about you because they're going to come at you if you fucking leak things out.
So their NDAs are a little bit different.
Very thorough.
So it's not just sign here.
Nah, they're 10 pages NDAs, and there's a lot of things that you got to read through the fine print because there's anything. They even talk to you about it right now. Is this person? They come at me. So it's very serious to me.
Really?
So we've done some very high-profile cleanups. Athletes, football players. I mean, it could be general. It can be specific. We've done basketball players. We've done singers, actors. We've done a little bit of everything.
I don't even want to ask. I don't want to get you in trouble, dog.
Being in Hollywood and in LA, you're bound to get that, and then I get to see that. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's an actual crime scene or a blood situation. Sometimes it's an overdose. It could be a fentanyl overdose. It could be a hoarding situation. A lot of these people with money, celebrities, they're hoarders, man. They hoard a lot of Louis Vuitton, a lot of designer stuff, and it gets very overwhelming. So they're embarrassed for people to know that, so they're trying to keep everything tight. Like, oh no, I have this perfect view,
image,
and they see that I live like this. It's very important to them. And TMC will be quick to go out there and make a whole story about it. So they got to protect themselves, and I don't blame them. I would do the same.
Shit. I have to revise my NDAs, dog. My shit's like 2 pages, dog.
No,
it's not. What am I doing wrong?
It's not as thorough, brother. You got to get on it.
¿De qué color cagas? Ponle ahí, cabrón. I need to know that.
It's
too,
brown Monday through Friday. If I eat mariscos on the weekend, it starts getting a little darker.
10 pages. It's just fucking.
But recently we did a cleanup. This one's all over the news. I actually uploaded a video on my Instagram about it. It was a very high-profile cleanup. There was no NDA there, but they weren't famous. They were just very wealthy. I was in Rolling Hills. Came out in the news. Father killed his daughter and killed the wife. Okay? The wife is 67 years old. These are billionaires, by the way. They're not millionaires. They're billionaires. These guys own like most of the Home Depots in the country. Like the property,
What?
the land. Okay? This is the feedback that I got from the actual maintenance man. For 20 years, they've been here, their maintenance people. He was distraught. He told me, and he's telling me, oh, yeah, this is this person. So I started looking into him, and I was like, damn, this guy's billionaire rich. Why would he kill his wife and his daughter? So this guy, apparently the backstory is that he was going through a divorce with his wife. Already at 67 years old, you should be okay with moving on, I guess. Why? I don't know what was going through his head.
You're rich.
Yes, you have all the money.
Like another level rich.
Yes.
Like I'm going to go buy a yacht rich.
So when we got called in for the assessment, it was on a Sunday morning, right? And I did the walkthrough, so I met the maintenance guy. And he just told me it's a horrific scene. The property owner killed his wife and killed the daughter. We still don't know where he killed them. We just know they're in the house. It's a house, it's a mansion. It's a $15 million mansion in Rolling Hills, one of the most beautiful properties there. There's about 16 rooms in there, man. He has pictures of it. There's 16 rooms in the whole mansion. So as I'm going with the maintenance guy, I broke the seal because no one could break the seal unless you're a biohazard cleaning company. It's against the law and you get fined.
Really?
So I have to go there. I broke the seal. So he's walking in there as like the first time too. So he's very like nervous and anxious. So I'm leading the walk. Like he's behind me and I'm over here. Literally, we spend about 30 minutes going room by room, trying to find where he killed them. So we finally got to one of the guest rooms where she was hiding, and there was like a situation where there's brain fragment, hair follicles, this saturation of blood. And I was like, okay, now it was actually triple homicide, huh? He killed his wife, he killed himself, and then he killed himself. He killed his wife, his daughter, then he killed himself. Yeah, so I'm tripping. It's 3.
Okay.
So we saw that was a guest room, and then as we're getting out of the guest room, there's a hallway, and then that's where he killed. He waited for his daughter 2 hours to get home. Imagine, he had that whole time. He already killed his wife. He still waited 2 hours for his daughter, his 40-year-old daughter, to get home. As she walked in on the hallway, just shot her in the back of her head and killed her. Why? I don't know why he was so angry. She was probably against him too. I don't know. Then he couldn't bear with the fact that he killed them. So right in front of the main entry, like the big entry, he decided to kill himself. And I will never forget that specific cleanup because the blood splatter, it was very unique and very different from most I've done. There was a lot of, it was like a splatter, like when there's like a little leak of water, kind of like when you're spraying a water gun. It's very like como en chorritos. So I felt like when he killed himself, there's like an artery that was just bleeding out. So the blood splatter was very unique, very different. I'm like, what happened here? So then you see the bullet going from one wall to the other, and we start connecting the dots, and we start like, damn, this is how it played out. But yeah, it came out on the news. It was a very, very extensive cleanup. One of probably the craziest ones I've done.
But it leaves you thinking, like, you have all the money in the world. What made you do something like that? Is there a switch that goes off?
One thing is more money, more problems. I think money brings problems. I think you just need to have enough to live a good life, man. As ambitious as I am, I want to live a good life. I want to provide for my family. I just want to make sure they're taken care of after my afterlife. That's my goal. Obviously, we all want, and we're all after it, right? But what I learned in this industry is that money is not everything. Money doesn't make you happy, man. You can still be very empty inside. And And you got to find happiness within yourself, spiritually, and everything be just connected.
Your job is a perfect example, and it confirms that statement. Money does not bring happiness.
Doesn't it?
This guy's a billionaire. Killed his wife and his daughter.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He could buy and do anything. When you're empty inside, you're just empty inside, and you're going through things that people will never understand.
Yep.
And I just don't understand how.
I think there's just a lot of mental illness out there that
I think so.
We all go through mental breakdowns, and there's different extents to mental illness.
But it seems like they're getting progressively worse.
It is. And
like, what's contributing to
influence? People get influenced. Social media. They feel more pressure now to be a certain like. Sometimes we're scrolling and we see this person doing it or whatnot. We feel frustrated. We feel the pressure to be that person. Or even as a business owner, sometimes I see other owners with exotic cars doing it, right? And you're like, damn, like I want to get to that. So sometimes the pressure, and it starts mentally fucking you. Like you start really like not putting attention to the little things that got you there. So I gotta retract myself sometimes. But hey, man, you're on your year 3. Slow down. You'll get there. They've been on their journey 10 years in. Yeah. Like, just enjoy your journey, enjoy the moment, and stay mentally sane. Because trying to go too fast and trying to overthink is gonna only make your mental state go south. You're gonna fall into drinking. You're gonna fall into drugs. You're gonna start relying on certain things, and then things could start going south. So,
damn, that is so true.
Yep,
it's very true. But I think social media messes things up.
It messes everything up. It gives you a perspective of a life that is not real sometimes. You know, there's a lot behind the cameras you're not seeing. You're only seeing what people want you to see, right? But the reality, there's so much behind that you don't see that the people are not going to tell you. So it's our job to go through our journey and just learn from our journey and just be better day by day. And be at your pace, not someone else's. Be on your pace. Control what you could control on a day-to-day. That's it.
I think my journey has taught me that people think that money is going to make them happy, that money is going to change X, Y, and Z for them. And then that's not the case, brother.
No,
like, you need to appreciate the small things, because...
For me, I'm at a crossroad in my life. I think I'm at a point where I lost a lot of weight, as you can see. I was 315 pounds. I was overweight.
How much you lose, bro?
115.
So you lost a person.
I lost a person. So I'm a different man. I went through my funk. I was in 2020, COVID hit. For the first time in my adult life, I stopped working. So I went from being a business executive, successful executive. I was killing it at Spectrum. I was top 3 in the country out of 5,000 executives, as far as sales and commissions and productions and everything. So I was very good at what I was, and I took a lot of pride in that. And from one day to another, COVID came, and I was stuck at home. I don't know how to be at home with my family. Like, I'm a provider. I'm a go-getter. Now I'm at home with my wife, my kids, which is great. You know, it's a great problem. You know, I get to finally be with them. But I think I was too much in her space. She was too much in my space. I wasn't too much in my kid's space. And I think we were all like, okay, what are we doing now? So I went into like this depression, like, now what am I doing here, you know? So I started eating a lot and just trying to be like, okay, what am I going to do with my life now? Like, I had a good run with Spectrum, but now I got to do something that that I want to do for the rest of my life and that I love to do. And I started doing this whole thing that I'm doing now. So it took me a while, but it was very stressful, man. And, you know, getting the licensing, the certifications, it took a toll on me. So I got really big, and I just let myself go. My confidence was through the floors. That's when I decided to do something drastic, and had a gastric surgery last year. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do something drastic. I'm going to just get a gastric, lose the weight I got to lose, and just take care and change my lifestyle, the way I eat and the way I'm just be more active. And that's the best thing I have done. Even though it was very hard at the beginning, it was difficult. I had second thoughts because I really enjoy eating. That was something I cope with stress. But now I'm at a point where, okay, I lost the weight. Business is good. I mean, money's coming in, but I'm still not 100%. I'm not happy. Like, I got to still find my happiness. So I'm still trying to find that, you know. And I think happiness has to happen at home.
But do you think that happiness on the business standpoint is ever going to happen to a go-getter?
I think it's never enough. Obviously, as a business owner, you want more and more. Your goals, as you grow, your goals get bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's never-ending story because you have that entrepreneurship in you that you want more and more and more, and that's a good and a bad side. Sometimes you just need enough.
I think it's good, and it could be bad. I think it's good because I think it keeps you motivated. It keeps you going. But I think you need to be grounded.
Yeah.
And understand that it's not everything.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, like, I struggle with that. That's why I asked you that question.
Mm-hmm. And I think we
because
all
I complain sometimes, and I'm like, well, you know, when I'm done with that, I'm done.
Yeah.
Dog.
Yeah, I struggle with slowing down at times. I'm always fast paced, trying to do too much all at once. And sometimes I don't know how to slow down, disconnect, and really enjoy what matters, which is my family. You know, I'm always with my kids, but at the same time, I'm being a business owner, emails, posting content, this, that. And I still haven't found the way to really disconnect myself from that. And why? Because I'm still on the incline. I feel like once I get to where I want to get to, I feel like probably I'll be able to back out a little bit more and be focusing more on my family.
Yeah, but it's hard to disconnect.
It is hard. It is hard because
I think that's probably the hardest thing for anybody that's driven, that's a hustler, that is a provider. It's really hard.
Yeah, it's very challenging. For sure.
Yeah, but I think you'll figure it out.
Yeah, I think so.
Like on your journey, you're gonna figure things out. I'm still figuring things out.
And life is a lesson. I mean, you learn as you go. You know, you cannot, and you gotta always be, as a business owner. The biggest problem is when you know everything. You never do, man. You could always learn. Even Elon Musk could learn from us. You know, like, as high as that guy is, as a genius as he is, which is, I look up to him a lot. I feel that we all can learn from each other, no matter how big or how small you are. I even for my own employees, sometimes they have an idea, or they tell me we should do this different. I hear them out. You know, you know what, it works. Let's implement it. I don't know it all. You got to be coachable. You got to be open minded. Don't get too high. Always stay low and stay humble, and things will start.
Yeah, but people get too high and never come down.
They never do, man. And
then life punches you in the fucking face.
Yeah.
And it brings you down.
Yep.
Let me ask you this: what has losing
115 pounds?
Losing 115 pounds. What has that taught you?
Just more for me is more like just love myself more. I think I let myself go for so many years, man, and I didn't have the confidence. And I think confidence is very important as a business owner, as you as a person, how the way you feel, the way you talk, the way you do everything. I feel like if I was still in my own weight, I probably won't be as successful as I am right now with my business, because I wouldn't have the confidence to be out there and talking to clients, and just like, I'm different. I'm a different person. I feel a lot more confident. I feel like a lot has changed in me for good and for bad. There's some bad things that probably have changed for me too. You know, it's not all good. You know, there's good and bad that comes with that. Obviously, I get more attention now. You know, people notice me more, and if you don't know how to deal with attention, it could really destroy your priorities. So I'm trying to navigate that. I'm getting more attention I never got before. So for me, it's like trying to okay, step back, prioritize, and stay focused on what you're doing. So there's a thin line that you got to navigate. So I don't want to get lost in that whole attention shit. Okay, this guy is successful. He's this, that, now. Like, no, stay grounded and keep your priorities straight. That's why for me, I made it a priority to get more spiritually connected to God. Lately, I made it a priority to go to church now more often. Try to go to church on Sundays and just try to stay more connected with God and spiritually good. Because if I think I have God with me at all times and I believe that my faith is strong, no matter what scene I walk into, no matter what I go through life, I'm always going to be okay. But if I'm empty inside and if I don't have God in me or whatnot, then things could go south, and I don't want to. So that's my goal, and that's what I'm working towards.
So you say you're getting more attention. So I want to touch on that. Do you think being fit and taking care of yourself, people treat you different, and it attracts more business?
It definitely changes the way people treat you, the way people approach you, and there are reasons why they're trying to get to you now. There's business opportunities. Obviously, you become more marketable now. You're someone that is more like, oh, yeah, this guy is perfect for what we want. You know, we have been reached out by production companies from Hollywood now. We're in the process of getting our own TV show with a big network.
What?
Yeah.
All right, fool. I take that back. I do want to go into one of your scenes.
So obviously, definitely things change. So I got more attention now, and that we have that we just filmed actually a short film in our office, and so they filmed this short film. They're presenting it to top 2 networks. I really can't say which ones, but one of them it's one that has a hoarder show. You've seen the Hoarders?
Yeah.
On A&E network. So they're trying to pitch it to several networks and see which one's interested in what we do. There's no show out there that does crime scene cleaning. And being me and myself, that I'm probably one of the youngest in the industry, and that's a fact in the whole country. I think I'm one of the youngest, and I'm moving different, and they like my content and they like my energy. They like what they see. They see potential, So they're gonna pitch it to them. It
they like the beard.
I think it is definitely the beard and my barber for sure. And the weight loss, right?
This is it. It's all I got.
Yeah, man.
Show off. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, so that opportunity came. We filmed, and we'll see where it goes. It might go somewhere, it might not, and it's okay. We're only starting, so opportunities will continue to present themselves, and I'm open to it, man.
I just think that you guys have a very unique niche.
Yeah,
it's a very even though I wouldn't want to be there in person. I would want. I like watching it on.
We're gonna make it a go, guys. He's gonna go to one of our scenes. All right, you're gonna go, even if you have to see it from far, man.
You have to give me my son gets motion sickness, so we have those little bags for him, in the car. I'm gonna have to borrow some from Ben. I'm like, "Ay, hijo de su puta madre, un dedo." I'm down, but let me prepare myself.
All right.
But. Yeah, it's just very interesting, brother.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think about a year and a half ago, we got reached out by a company in the UK. So they wanted to do. We were part of a crime scene TV show. It's called Crime Scene Cleaners in the UK. Okay. Came out on Channel 4. So we premiered their season. It was a new season. We premiered with episode 1 and episode 5. But at the time, I was overweight. I was 315 pounds. You couldn't even see the way I was talking. I wasn't confident. I was not myself. Now I'm a whole different person, brother. So now I'll kill it. I'll kill it for sure.
So now it's, hey.
Come on me.
Anyway, William Levy ain't got shit on this guy. You know what I mean?
No, tampoco, but no, as far as my confidence as a businessman, I think I got it now.
Well, I hope you get it, man. I hope you get it, and I hope it works out. We work out in the same gym, so every time I see you in the morning, the last time I was like, man, I should have just asked him to be on the podcast, and that's when I sent you the message.
Yeah.
Because I keep on seeing your stuff, and I'm like, this is so niche. This is so there's not a lot of people doing stuff like that.
There isn't. It's very unique and different. I think there's a lot of landscapers out there. There's a lot of framers, electricians, plumbers, HVAC companies, which are great. It's a great industry. They all make money. There's money in every industry, okay? Not just what I do. But mine's that is very selective, very not as competitive, and very few people do it. And then it's magnetizing. You see, you're like, oh damn, what's going on? You people drawn into it. So we just started my content about 4.5-5 months ago, and it's taken off. I got in followers fairly quick, and we're adding followers as we continue to do content. So I hire a content company, that Social Era Media. They do my content. They go out with me and they film. They produce 20 videos per month. They've done a great job. So they have a big part of what we're doing with Victor Robles, CEO, and it has created an audience for me. So my audience is growing as they become more aware of what I do and who I am.
Well, we're about to make 20. This whole episode is a reel. You know what I'm saying? So, man, yeah, this is it's great content. So I hope you continue posting consistently, because I think a lot of people are really, really interested in that type of content.
Yeah, I think it's definitely interesting for sure, man.
Let me ask you this. What's one lie that Hollywood tells about murder scenes?
I mean, everything.
They lie about all that.
They never tell you exactly how it is and what it was. They always try to sugarcoat things or not tell you the full extent of what it is. I think you, as a crime scene cleaner, when you walk into these scenes, you're like, fuck, it was never how they scripted. You see it on the news the next day.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, they made it seem like it was just nothing. But then I got to clean it, and they're like, nah, man, you better put, there's a lot more than what you're saying. There's not a little blood splatter, this shit was bad. And I don't blame them. They're not going to put it out there. They shouldn't know that stuff, you know? Like, that's not for people or the public to see. But sometimes I feel like people got to see it, man, so they could be able to, like, slow down sometimes. Take a breather, you know? Like, shit.
What's one of the weirdest body parts you found during a cleanup?
I think the skin. I think the skin tissue. I mean, I've seen limbs of tips of fingers, pieces of ears. But the skin really throws me off because it sounds like chicharrón. I told you, remember, right? Yeah. So it's like the skin literally sticks to the mattress, and the hair follicles, like your hairs are still there, man. Like, so just getting that out, you hear the weird crunch. Like a finger is not going to give you that crunch. It's just a finger. Put it in a biohazard bag or put the ear in there and clean it up, and we're gone.
And what do you guys do with those?
So when we do the biohazard cleaning, you got to put it in red bio bags. And it's by law, we got to take it to a regulated medical waste facility for proper disposal. I can't just take this shit to waste management here in Southgate or in Downey or in East LA, you know, like, no, you guys going to the trash, you find ear limbs or not, no.
Do you guys have to report that to, like, the authorities? It's like, maybe that's
No, because at this point, they already did their investigation.
Well, actually, that's a great question. Is there anything that you found that you're like, hey, detective, you need to come see this?
No, at this point, when they're homicides, they already they clear the scene. They're very thorough.
before they call you.
Before they call you.
They're like, at that point, if I was to call them, they'll probably get fired. But at that point, they probably got it covered down already. So I don't even waste my time. Like, if I find a finger in the bottom of a chair, I mean, they already know someone lost a finger or someone died. You know, like, there's no point in me calling them, hey, man, like.
Hey, se te olvidó el pinche index finger, güey.
So trip out on this. There's another crazy story. That was another one that I did was I got called into Culver City Hospital. So every hospital has a morgue, right? And when people pass away, like you say you have a horrific accident right now, you die at the hospital, they're going to take you to the morgue downstairs and put you on a freezer, right? So it was 2023 and the freezers went out. So there was 8 bodies there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? And one of them decomposed. Se rediteó. Like, I guess it was one of those that just got in there. It was fresh. The other ones como que estaban más fríos, so aguantó más. So the coroner went to go pick him up. But they say, hey, we're not taking him. This guy's melting. You got to put him in a new body bag. You got to clean up all the biohazards that are leaking off the bed. So you got to hire a biohazard cleaning company to come clean it up for us to safely take it. So they call us. So this is really outside our scope of work. I clean shit, but not with the bodies there. You know, like this one really tested me. Like, now we're talking about a deceased person there when I'm cleaning this shit, right? So it all started good, but I was trying to prepare myself. Like, damn, I'm gonna see a dead body now, and I gotta put him in a new body bag. Like, what the hell? Like, did I charge right? Like, what the fuck? Yeah. No, but I saw the requirements, and they wanted me to put him into a new body bag once I clean up the body fluids, you know? And I was like, damn, like, I even thought I underbid at the job, but I just wanted to get my foot in there because honestly, like, I just started the company. So it was like one of my first few jobs. So I was like, fuck it, I'll take it. You know, it is what it is. Now I would probably charge for that job like $15,000. I charged $5,000 for that job. It took me about an hour and a half to do it. So a lot has changed, but it is what it is, right? It got me to where I'm at now.
Yeah.
So I went in there. I got a medical ID. They're like, this is the medical ID. So make sure it's your person, and you'll see it once you open the compartment. And I'm all like, okay, so what number is it in? Oh, it's in one of those 8. Oh, fuck. So I'm over here.
Mames.
We're over here. 1. Get the toe out. Okay, no, not this one. Put it back. You're going here. 2. Crazy shit. This guy was number 8, bro. I'll never forget that. It was number 8. So I went through all of them. And the crazy part is that when I got to number 4, guess what it was?
Okay, a child.
A child. And I was like, fuck. Like, why did I see that little toe, man? Like, no way. Like, it got like, boom. Kept going. Boom, boom. All right, match your ID. Boom. So there's an electric dolly. And I have footage and content of this. I could share some with you. So we got a dolly. And we brought it was a dolly. So the dolly, you bring it up like this. It's like a forklift. And you bring the bed out. It's a pull-out bed. Boom, from the freezer. So we brought them out. Bodily fluids leaking, bro. Everywhere. So we put them on the thing. And we brought them out. And now we have this person, this like metal bed. Like
Just melting.
todo derretido, bro. It's like un caldo de pozole. Like, it was just, inside a bag, it's like un caldo de albóndigas. Like, it's bad. It's bad. The smell, I think that was the worst smell I have smelled to this day. To this day. And I smelled some very horrific shit. That one for sure was the worst smell ever. Ever. Because the body's there, man. Está cocido en caldo, bro. Okay?
No mames, güey.
Everything. No, es que se le tronaban the body. He ya tenía blisters. Inflados. So when you touch that blister, it popped like a blister. And there was fluids just leaking like that.
Oh, hell nah. Fuck.
So I had two of my guys there, right? And I'm over here. I ain't touching that shit. You know, guys, do this, do that. You know, like I kind of guided them, right? So we bring it out. We brought him out. And I told my guy, I'm like, hey, bro, all right, let's start vacuuming, you know, like start getting the bodily fluids out. I was like, man, nobody prepared me for this. Like, we don't do this. Like, come on, man, just do it. And it was weird, man, lifting up his arm and vacuuming. And the worst part is that when we got to the skin, the suction of him, it sucked the skin and then it became a hole and it's leaking bodily fluids. It was crazy, man. It was probably one of the craziest things I ever seen in my life. And now we finally got the bag out. We finally got all the bodily fluids. And now we got to put them into a new body bag. Man, I had the respirator, and I could still smell everything. Todavía olía todo. It was bad, man. I was really...
So the smell was coming in through even
through my respirator. Even though I was not right there doing it, I had my guys doing it, I still smelled it all. And honestly, that was the first time that I was going to puke within my own mask. Like, I was going to be catastrophic. Imagine puking within my own respirator. It would have been horrible. So I hold it in. I think I got a little bit of it and put it back in. Like, boom, suck it up, boy. And, yeah, we did that cleanup, man. That was probably that's one that I could remember. And we have video roll of all that shit, man. It's crazy. I'll show you right after this, man. You'll see what I'm talking about.
You don't need a disclaimer for your viewers.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Yes, because this is not for everyone to see, man.
Oh yes, no manches.
Yeah, it's bad, bro. So, but when we got the person out, I told my guy, let's do a prayer, man, because this is serious stuff. Like, this is someone's loved one. The guy had an amputation. He had a missing leg. It seemed like he died because of diabetes. That was my thinking, my theory. He was an older person. So, just pray on it.
So so your body just decomposes and it just melts.
It melts, brother. It becomes like blisters. You start popping. Llega un punto que truenas, cabrón. And the worst. You just, like, it's like a blister. You know when you had a blister, you pop it, there's liquid, sale así, pero sale puro sangre, everything you can think of. So it's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
I'm sure you're enjoying this dope-ass episode. I mean, you made it this far, so you might as well hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. Now, let's get back to the episode, baby.
So that was that one, and then, yeah. But
give us one other crazy one.
There's another.
Ya me tienes todo entrado, güey. I'm like fucking like this.
I'm going to give you another one. This one's crazy as well because, okay, that one's, this one's an actual hospital. It's a little different scenario. Uh-huh. But now I got called by a property manager and be like, hey, there was a crime scene that just happened in my properties. 2 people are dead in my unit. Can you come as soon as possible to get this clean? I'm like, sure, why not? I'll be there within 2 hours. Got there, and I was like, okay, well, why is the sheriff at the front door like this? I was like, well, that's unusual. I'm like, oh, hey, I'm here to do an assessment. The property owner called us in. Oh, yeah, it's in there. Go ahead. I'm like, why are you still here? Like, oh, because the deceased are still there. We're waiting for coroners to pick up the bodies. But you can go check it out. I was like, oh, shit. So I had to backpedal. I was like, do I really want to go in there? Like, that's weird. Like, someone just killed each other there. Or someone just got murdered. He's like, no, we'll go in. So I was like, fuck it. I ain't going to look like a punk. I fucking hazmat suit up. Boom, boom, boom. And I went in there. And as soon as I walk in to the right, I see this body right there, like a blanket, the sábana in the floor. And I was like, oh, that's weird, but my curiosity of me wanting me to lift I wanted to see the face, to see how bad the whole situation was. But no me animé en el primero. I was like, where's the other one? This one's in the restroom. The guy got hit in the back of the head. He was like this. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to check it out. I'm over here like, oh, hell no, like, boom. I was like, oh, boom, close that shit. I got out, bro. I was like, nah, this is outside my scope. Call me after. And I guess the sheriff saw my face. Like, what happened? You good? It's like, man, I do the cleanups. I clean anything you want, but I usually don't do assessment when there's someone in there. I was like, oh, you should have told me that. I was like, it's all good, man. But I talked to the property owner. They finally took the bodies, and I was like overwhelmed. Like, this is crazy. And so I overbid the shit out of that job, man. I think I charged like $15,000. And with the intention of hopefully I didn't get the job. I was like, I ain't trying to do this, and I didn't get the job. It was too expensive. So at the time I was learning, and I overbid the shit out of it, and that's okay. It happened, but I didn't get to clean it.
Yeah, I would have overbid it too, just so like that.
Now that I have the experience, that's probably like a $8,000 job. It wasn't too crazy like that. So I know whoever got it, which was my competitor at the time, probably got it around that. But I overbid it, like double the amount. Probably because I saw the extent of the body there, and I kind of I overreacted, and I was like, nah, boom, send it out like that. Y si quiere, bueno, si no, I'll see you later.
Entonces le miraba todo ya.
Yeah, the whole he got shot in the back of the head, so this kind of just opened up, and you see all the blood like this. And the first part of that eye was looking at me like this, man. I was like, oh, you should have closed his eye at least. Yeah, like with the eye, like that's crazy. It was bad. Something very unusual. So you get those situations that are unusual at times, most 80% of my cleanup, 90%, I want to say body's gone. But there's those times you do come across some crazy shit like that. And that's part of what we do, man. We do it all at this point.
Then that's where you're going to get a show, bro.
Right?
No mames. And then I just went and I got me 4 tacos de asada y 3 al pastor y vámonos.
Seriously.
My sandwich que me hizo
Now people tell me, do you lose your appetite? I'm like, nah, bro, not no more. At first, the odors and shit like that kind of mess you. Se te quita el apetito, But I learned how to we do some crazy cleanups, bro. I'm still hungry as fuck. Especially this guy. He doesn't lose his appetite no matter what.
No, bro?
Henry, he could eat for days.
Oh, man. This is a very insightful episode, bro.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I knew it, though.
Yeah.
I knew you had stories.
Yep. But you know what's the crazy part is that everyone wants to do it. I get so many DMs every day telling me, hey, show me how to get to it. I want to jump in it. I love it. I love what you do. I love your content, this and that. But I don't take them serious, man. It's hard for me to take them serious because I know how hard it was for me. And I'm pretty thick-skinned, man. Like, I see how hard it's been for my guys sometimes. And careful what you wish for, man. Don't do it. If you're going to get into an industry, don't do it because you want, because of the money. Do it because you have a passion for it. Because the passion and the drive and the love you have for what you do, it's going to get you through those thoughts of, am I doing the right thing or not? Because if you don't love it, you're doing it for the money. You're going to be at a point where, fuck the money, I ain't doing this shit. But if you really love it and you have a passion, you're gonna fight through it all and go through it. And that's why I tell people, get some experience first, man. Go work for a company, get down and dirty, do that shit. And if it's really for you, then come talk to me. And I'll put you on game.
If you're ready to fucking hear some chicharrón crack, if you're ready to fucking clean up some brain matter, if you're ready to find fingers under the island, hit up my boy. Damn.
Yeah, but every story you could think of, every possibility, for the most part, it's always some new stuff that we come across. But I think for the most part, I think I've done it already. We cleaned it already. It's pretty crazy. You
know what the crazy part is that you have to deal with that and then still have to worry about running the business. Well, I don't know if you do it now, but at the beginning, I'm sure you were doing it all.
I was doing it all. As of this year, I promoted my full-time admin now. So Henry has become my full executive administrator. Now he's like my left-hand man. Because I have a business partner. Not with 911 BioClean. 911 BioClean is just me. But I have a business partner because I have 2 companies. I have another biohazard cleaning company. I got ClearPath. So we'll talk about that later. So now he does all my operations, my estimations. He knows what I like to price my jobs at. He does everything from my administration, payroll, scheduling. And he's also my personal assistant. He's also my personal barber. He's with me Monday through Sunday. He has no days off. He works 8 to 10 hours a day. He's pretty much married to me. So.
And you cut his hair?
Yeah, in my beard.
Fool.
I'm always.
You better learn how to fucking cut hair.
You're slacking, bro.
Shit, I have to go to the barber. I go twice a week, dog.
Let me know, my boy. I'll take care of you, man, whenever you want. Nah, he is down. He's become very, very valuable to me. I really want to make sure he's taken care of, and I take care of him. He eats good every day, man. Like you can see. So now we have a great time. We always pose. We're always messing around. We're having a good time, and I'm always like bullying him in a sanitary, good way, you know. So people are just, you know, they love the content, bro. We're always having fun, man, and I really love that. So, but I also have a business partner. So I opened another company. I opened ClearPath. Why are you opening a second biohazard cleaning company? Why? Because there's not a lot of companies out there. And if I could own 2 of the top 5 companies in LA region, why not? You know, now I have, you're either going to go with 911 BioClean or you're going to go with my other company. The reality is that they're not going to know I own the other company. You know, like, so I got a business partner that has the capabilities, and it's someone that is to my capabilities of business and knowledge, and he's a great person. So I partnered with him, and we opened that company. And we're slowly but surely establishing the company. So what my goal is to create I honestly, like, I don't have a competition. I feel that we have the gap between my competitors is wide open, because the way we do things, how thorough we are with our cleanups, how explanatory I am, and how the way I do things are very, very extra as hell. Like, I'm super extra at everything I do. So I created a big gap. So I was like, I got to create another company that could compete with me. And why not own both? So I got my business partner. I presented this opportunity for him, and I told him we're going to go all in, and we're going to create the 1 and 2 best companies in the industry within the region. So we did that last year in October. It's been about, I think, 5 months, 6 months now, and it's taking off, man. It's taking off. Now I don't go through the trial and error that I went with 911 BioClean. It took me about a year. In my first year with 911 BioClean was a learning year for me. You know, there's mistakes, there's trial and error, things you got to learn and recalibrate, and you won't make those mistakes again. But with our ClearPath now, we have the formula, and we're doing that formula again, and it's taking off. So you'll find myself sometimes on my stories, I'll be going 2 different assessments. I got a 911 BioClean, sometimes I go to a ClearPath. So he's the face of the company. He's the one that is the face. He's the one that does the content. He shows up with my clients. And sometimes when I don't get the lead with 911 BioClean, I'll go with him. We'll do assessments together, and we'll provide an estimate together. And because I'm still training him, he's still learning, and showing him the industry. Because he brings a lot to the table. He's very smart. He's a salesman, natural salesman. He's a very genuine person, very nice, big teddy bear. So, but I'm training him. I'm molding him into what could be, so he could be a good thing. So slowly but surely, he's catching on. But yeah, that's my goal, man. We got to get that company going too, and we're killing it. So if it's not 911 BioClean, it'll be ClearPath. We're gonna kill it.
So the 1 and 2 punch. 1
and 2 punch, exactly. That's what I tell them. We're like Kobe and Shaq back in the days. We're gonna be that 1-2 punch. So there's times that now we get 2 quotes. So I go to you and I provide a quote, and then you end up calling, searching up biohazard clean company. Then ClearPath comes up. Oh, hey. So they call German. So German is like, hey man, I got that lead. You got it? Yeah. I bid this amount. And they're like, oh, okay. So I'm like, come at. So we're just more competitive now. So now they have the bids is gonna be aligned within the same. So wherever it goes, it's a win for me. I ain't losing it to the other 4 companies. You know, it stays within myself. So
that's pretty smart.
Yes, sir. So it's working out, man. It's worked out great. I think just as I planned it, I think we're killing it that way, because now no se me van. You know, if you're not going with 911 BioClean because you cannot afford the service, because we're competitive. We're not the cheapest company. We're not the most expensive. We're fair. We'll give you what it is, but the difference is that we're very thorough. But if for whatever reason you cannot afford a company right now, because I'm still establishing ClearPath, probably ClearPath is going to be a little bit more affordable for you, 10, 20% lower. So they'll get the business, but I don't lose that. You get me? I don't lose that client to another competitor that I'm never going to ever see. So it has worked out great. It's going to get to a point where both companies are going to be charging a premium, because now ClearPath is branded and it's well established, and 911, so we're going to be going.
That's a catchy ass name, bro.
Yeah, I came up with the name, but my web designer, the one that did my website, and he was the one behind the logo, which I also have it tatted here now. So
no fucking way.
Yeah, so I tatted it. But yeah, the logo, I think he nailed it. I think the green,
just the name, bro.
Yeah, 911 BioClean. Yeah,
911.
Yeah, so it's definitely very catchy. People like it, and it's very
easy to freaking
911.
Google.
Obviously, you see 911's the urgency, right?
Yeah,
it's like, hey, boom, and then biohazard cleaning. So BioClean. So when I opened the company, I had 3 names in mind. So it was 911 BioClean, 911 BioPro, and 911 Biotech. So I am glad I went with BioClean.
Yeah.
So,
I think you made the right choice.
yeah.
Do you want to know what the options were for True Hustle?
What was it?
Hustle Junkies.
Oh, nah. You got it down too, brother.
It was Hustle Junkies, True Hustle. And what was the other one? I forgot. But those were the top 2. And I'm like, I don't know if I like the word junkie.
I love the logo, bro. I love everything. You guys are killing it with your content.
Yeah.
I see it all the time, and you guys, you're doing great, brother. You're killing it, bro. You're gonna blow up.
Thank you, man.
So,
Yeah, man. I trademarked it too. Took me 2.5 years to trademark.
nice. That's dope.
Bro, all right. When you're dealing with these crime scenes, there's obviously some. I mean, I know you guys are all suited up, okay, to protect yourselves.
Yes, sir.
But has there been any instances where you guys contracted something, or you guys got some type of illness, or?
It happened, and we learned from it, and I hope it never happens again. One of my guys, we did a cleanup. We got a call from a client.
Okay.
That said, hey, I got the norovirus. I just got released from the hospital, and I went home and I had a huge accident. There's shit all over my house. I'm like, okay. Like, can you describe a little bit what's going on? There's shit from my bedroom to the restroom to the kitchen, and it's pretty bad. So I'm super embarrassed that I'm even calling you, but I think you're the right person to clean this. But just know beforehand, I have the norovirus. So
Okay, so the client called you and
Correct.
told you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm over here trying to paint this
I
picture.
mobilized my project manager.
Uh-huh.
I mobilized El Capitan. We call him the captain.
Okay.
Because he was in the military. And I mobilized my uncle. That he's also like my lead technician. And they went there. So as we do this cleanup, especially when you're dealing with a virus, you got to do the proper fit testing on your mask and your respirator. Which that means you got to do the fit testing, make sure it's airtight and there's nothing going in there. But my guy Capitan, he could be a little reckless sometimes, trying to be too fast, and my intuition tells me that he didn't do the right fit testing because he hasn't done it in prior situations where I had to address it with him.
Okay.
So he's the one on the first line of just cleaning it, and his respirator's it's loose. So this is feedback I got from my project manager that he already had told him, hey, make sure you fit test it. And he just kind of kept going with it and doing the cleaning. He downplayed it, and he's like, all right. Coincidentally, like 2 days later, this guy starts feeling like shit, man. Like, he starts having fever. He starts having massive fucking diarrhea. Massive. I'm talking about massive. This guy got dehydrated to a point that he was like a dead zombie, man. He had the shits for 2 weeks straight. He had
2 weeks?
He tested positive for the norovirus. So he caught it. So that was a learning experience for me. And now, because of that, I have my safety training meetings every 2 weeks with my admin. We have this big 100-inch TV in my office, my conference table. I sit everyone down, and I tell them, let's do safety training on respirators, hazmat suits, donning equipment, the purposes of every equipment, chemicals, everything. I don't care if you already know. We're going to refresh your freaking mind about it because I want to make sure this doesn't happen again.
So when you guys go to crime scenes, do they have to disclose to you guys if anybody has HIV,
No, not
etc.?
Not necessarily.
No?
I do ask. Try to know as much as I can. But the reality is they could tell you that there isn't. I mean, they're not there to test it, right? So a lot of times, no. We have done jobs where we already know it's HIV positive. We did Airbnb last year where the client called us and said, hey, I had an Airbnb. The guest was staying here for 30 days. And he's HIV positive because we see his medication, and he had a overdose, and there's fentanyl in the house. So you have the worst everything. So you have HIV, you have to clean up blood. He cut himself, there's blood, and it's HIV positive. Then he overdosed on fentanyl. Fentanyl itself is just probably the worst and the most lethal cleanup you could do because it's deadly, okay? And it was a med lab, so he was also cooking up some crazy shit in there. So that's 3 of the worst bio cleanups I could already do. So you could already imagine how much that job cost.
Fuck.
So it's like going into an area like we already every blood job we do, we already expect the worst. We already treat it as HIV. You're not gonna take a chance. right? But just knowing that that's HIV now like it hits different. You're like, damn. Mentally, it hits different.
Yeah.
So my guys were like, damn, they were caught off guard. But I told them, yeah, that's HIV positive. Make sure you're extra precaution, like super extra. So we had to be very meticulous, take our freaking time with it, and just get down to it. But that was a very costly job, man. It was an 8-hour job, almost $22,000.
All right, well, now that you're talking about money, how do you charge? If they tell you, do you charge more if it's more hazardous?
Obviously, the biohazards you're dealing with, it's a factor. Obviously, what are we dealing with? Is it blood? Obviously, blood comes with a lot of diseases, pathogens, viruses. And you got to account for how much time is it going to require for you to get that job done? How many manpower? Was it 1 tech, 2 techs, 3 techs, 5 techs? How many hours? The amount of biohazard waste disposal. Biohazard waste disposal is expensive. We got to take this to a regulated medical waste facility for proper disposal. That's just expensive, okay? Just to dispose this waste. You got to account for mobilization fees, dispatch fees to get our commercial vehicles from our warehouse to the job site. Obviously, you got to charge a dispatch fee because you got to cover maintenance on the vehicle. You got to cover gas. You got to cover commercial insurance, which is not cheap.
Oh, yeah,
you got to account. But you know what's the worst part of this? It's workers' comp. It's like telling the insurance, hey, cover me. I'm going to drive down the 710 freeway at 100 miles per hour every day, Monday through Sunday. Cover me, though, because I'm going to be driving at 100 miles per hour. They're going to know you're prone to have an accident. So they're going to charge you an arm and a leg for that. You're going to pay a premium because they know you're going to fuck up sooner than later. So that's the way they see us. They're like, you're dealing with the worst biohazards, so you're going to pay an arm and a leg. So guess who pays that? Not me, the consumer. So that's why these jobs are so costly. You're like, $22,000 in 8 hours. God damn, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, but the reality is there's a lot of operational back-end stuff you're not seeing. And it is profitable. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. But it's not as sweet as it sounds.
So let's say you go to an apartment complex and you got to clean up a suicide. Who do you give that invoice to?
So a lot of times we get contacted by the family member of the deceased or the property owner. Those two. When it's a homeowner, for the most part, the homeowner will take care of it. So they have an option. I tell them, you want to go through insurance or you want to pay out of pocket. Right now in California, as we most people know already, insurance is a pain in the ass to even get insurance now for your car, for your home insurance, everything. You got to go through a whole underwriting process. It's becoming harder and harder to get insured in California, even for workers' comp, general liabilities. Like all the insurance providers are pulling away from California. Why? I don't know.
Thanks, Gavin.
Thank you, sir. So they have that choice. You going through insurance or you're paying out of pocket. So I tell them straight up, if it's under $10,000, pay out of pocket. If it's over $10,000, go through insurance. But at the end of the day, that's still your decision for you to make. I cannot make that decision for you. Now, based on what I see, this might be a $10,000 project. So you want to pay out of pocket or you want to go through insurance? I'll pay out of pocket. All right, let's go. Let's go.
There you go.
But so a lot of times they do go through insurance and more extensive ones, more structured, So it just depends. But they're very costly cleanups, man. And the fact that the person lost a loved one and they're paying out of pocket, sometimes the cleanups are more expensive than their funeral service. It's fucked up.
Fuck.
Just
you put it like that.
Just dying is already kind of costly. If you're just getting cremated, you're lucky if you walk away with $5,000-$7,000 on a cremation service. Now, if you want to get a hoe and you want to get a nice casket, well, that should be $15,000-$30,000 depending on how crazy you want to go.
It's a business too,
right? Exactly. Shit. So now the cleanup, the cleanup might be $20,000-$30,000. It could be $5,000. So it's expensive. So the fact that the family is going through the grieving process of losing a loved one, and now they're dealing with a GoFundMe because they got to get a GoFundMe to bury their loved one, but now they got to go do this bio cleanup. And the bio cleanup, they have no choice. They got to do it. The burial could probably wait 3 weeks, a month, or push it out 2 months to get the money together, but that shit got to be clean within 24, 48 hours. And that's where I come in.
So sometimes somebody committing suicide, it just leaves the family in so much debt.
And they pull strings sometimes from their 401ks, savings. They sell their gold. I seen crazy stuff, man. They're like, hey man, I lost my son. I don't have money, but I'm gonna go sell this. Let me get the money together because it's emergency work. When someone dies, you do a GoFundMe. You take time, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. People, they pitch in. But when the life happens and this unexpected things happen, a lot of people don't have money, man. So you gotta do whatever it takes. And I try to be compassionate as well, and I try to be fair, you know, because I don't like to take advantage of the situation. But I also have a business to operate, and I also have liabilities. I got my guys, I got insurance, I got operational expenses. So I gotta do what, you know, it's expensive. So it gotta make sense for everyone at the end of the day. So I try to, and there's times that sometimes I feel really bad for the people, and I just kind of work my way down to like where it still makes sense for us, you know. And usually that's more when people are paying out of pocket. When I go property management, I go all in. That's where I take advantage of, this is what it is, and I'll take advantage of the insurance. You know, that you're paying premium, but you know, people that are really going through it, and you know, I try to, you know, be more sympathetic because it's fucked up. You know, like shit happens, and you don't want to be on the other side of the coin one day.
Yeah, I couldn't do that business. I would feel horrible. Like, imagínate, una señora llore por.
Yeah, I got a call for another one in Bakersfield. This lady called me sobbing in tears, brother. I'm talking about like sobbing in tears. She's like, I don't know what happened, but I had an argument with my son last night, and I told him he had to leave my house. He was staying in my garage. I was tired of always providing for him and him not wanting to go to work. And I think I told him things that I wasn't supposed to tell him, and he decided to take his life. I am guilty for this. I this. And she started sobbing, you know, like she started just crying, man. That call, and I have call routes, so all my calls are recorded and everything. There's an AI that my whole business is automated. So I have everything gets categorized and tagged based on my conversation. And I get all the highlights that I need to know of the conversation. Because sometimes I'm just so dialed into the conversation, right, that I'm just trying to tell her what she needs to hear and give her the reassurance that it's going to be okay. We're going to take care of you. But sometimes I'm just so locked in making her feel that it's going to be okay that I miss the details. So that's why I tell my guy, Henry, pull me the script. I got to go over that conversation. So he prints out the script for me or gives me the iPad and I check it out. Press play. And I'm reliving the whole conversation. Like, damn. And I'm looking at the highlights of the conversation. You're like, damn, this is bad. This is bad. Then this detail, oh, this, that. So we drove to Bakersfield. I got there. Pobre señora, man. Las ojeras, bro. You know when someone cries for, like, nonstop, brother? I think that lady didn't have one tear left, man. That lady was distraught. Okay? Her only son, brother. Okay? And I actually took my son. At the time, he was 14 years old.
Oh,
I took him to that cleanup, and it was just like, damn, that's someone's son. You know, like you start thinking like that's fucked up. Like you never, as a parent, no argument with anyone should lead to that. You know, and it was sad. So we did the cleanup, and it was one of those that really fucks people up.
Your only son, after an argument, and I'm sure that she wasn't even in the wrong.
She probably wasn't. And the reality is that now she's going to live with this guilt for the rest of her life, that she could have probably done things different. But I told her straight up. I told her, like, ma'am, things happen. Disagreements happen. This is not your fault. You know, like, don't be too hard on yourself. You know, like, he probably had his own issues as you
he had his own demons.
Like, he had his own issues, and like, don't be too hard on yourself. You know, like gather yourself, give him his proper service, and let's move past this. I'm going to clean this up for you. We're going to take care of it. But I need you to move past this. Yeah, you deserve to be happy. And I just try to make them feel what they need. Like, she just literally, man, like she started sobbing in my arms. And then, like, it's crazy. Then I still have to do the cleanup. And then, like, so it's crazy, man. I'm telling you, it's not easy. A lot of people downplay our work. I think one of another industry that's very hard is 911 dispatchers. Mm-hmm. Because they get the call, oh, someone's in my house, oh, they got a gun, or they're looking for me, or they get the adrenaline, right, of someone getting killed, and okay, ma'am, breathe, or that's a very stressful job. I think our job is somewhere in there, or probably worse, because I deal with the direct emotions of the aftermath of what happened. You get me? So I'm dealing with all the emotions, and man, yeah, I say that I know how to disconnect myself, but it fucks me up. I'll be straight up with you.
Of course, because like, you're human.
I'm going to tell you straight up, yeah, I know how to disconnect myself. But yes, I do. I could still operate and do my day-to-day things with my family. But at the end of the day, my head's spinning in the back end. I'm like, damn, I did this fucked up cleaning today. Like, I wonder what's up with this family. Like, you think.
Yeah.
you know? And it's fucked up, man. And it gives me the chills, and I learn how to be better with it. And even sometimes I get depressed myself sometimes. As a business owner, as successful as things are going, and I have a great team and this. People, that's what I'm telling you. People see, oh, this guy's doing it, he's happy, he's laughing. But they don't see my own demons. And we're all fighting demons here.
You know what I think is really hard? Having this type of business, and then when you yourself are going through some hardships, maybe you don't feel the energy, maybe you're feeling a little bit down, and now you gotta go deal with other people's stuff.
You nailed it, brother. You nailed it. I think that's been the hardest part for me, because at the end of the day, we all have our personal issues.
Yes.
At home, you know, whether it's our kids, you know, they're teenagers, whether it's our partner, whether it's our mom or sister, brother, whatever it is. You know, there's things that take a toll on you as a person, right? And I still have to be able to leave that home and be a counselor and a psychologist and a therapist and whatever the heck you want me to be for this person. So I'm over here dealing with her problems, her catastrophic problems, to keep my business flowing, but yet I'm still got to go home and address my problems too. So that's why I feel like I haven't found my peace. I think I'm going through a crossroad in my life right now, that there's so much shit happening, you're right, that it's like I got to get grounded. And that's why I got connected. I'm trying to get more spiritually connected to God. I'm trying to go to church, take my kids to church. And I think that's the only way that's going to save me from going crazy in this fucking job, straight up. And that's facts. Because sooner than later, if I don't get connected to God or spiritually grounded, I'm going to end up mentally fucked.
Yeah,
and,
I agree.
Straight up. And that's why I decided to really get close to that.
But you need to understand that this is not a regular 9 to 5. This is not I'm going to clock in, do my 8 hours and clock out.
No.
Okay?
So I think for my guys, my employees, it could probably be a 9 to 5. At the end of the day, blood's repetitive. You're cleaning it. It is what it is. I try to keep them away from knowing the back side of things, the back end, the emotional part. I deal with that. I carry the bear. I carry the emotional aspect. I don't need them to be fucking sad or mad or angry, because you get angry. Like, how this fucker kill his kids? Like what? Like, no, I need them to be 100% focused. I'm the business owner. Let me deal with that burden. Let me deal with it. And I do. And it's fucked up, and it fucks, and it. So that's why I try to, now that I lost all this weight, I'm a new person. I lost, and I'm trying to really find myself. Trying to do things. I go play basketball almost every other day now. I told Henry, I gotta get I have a lot of energy now. Where at? Southgate Park.
Really?
Yeah, I play ball right there. I love
basketball.
Let me know when
you want me to buy you up.
Okay. Okay. Oh, Brian, you bring my Kobe jersey out.
Now we can play 2-on-2.
2-on-2. Let's do it.
You're a Kobe fan? Big Kobe fan?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a signed Kobe Bryant basketball. Count on it. I got 2. I'm going to give you one.
Nah.
I got you.
I'll put it in the new studio.
I got you.
Ooh,
I got 2, right?
Yeah, you got 2.
I'm going to give you one. And it's in a glass. I got the Shaq, but I only got Shaq once. So I'm going to take care of you.
Dude, I'm going to be sick.
I got 2 of them, right? I just want to make sure I don't want to overpromise, but I got 2, and I got them in my desk. I think I got both in my desk, no? They're signed by
like
Kobe.
that, we could put it in our new... I'll show you a picture after. Right?
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to take care of you on that. And then, yeah, I got my Shaq and Kobe. I'm a big Laker fan. You go to my desk, I got all Laker stuff, man. So, yeah.
All right. Give me your top 3 Lakers.
Kobe, my favorite.
Mm-hmm. Your favorite, not.
I think for me, it's because I grew up in that era. You know, the back to back. So for me, it's Kobe, Shaq, and Derek Fisher. That's just me. I used to love Derek Fisher. He was just so fucking clutch.
Right.
You know, that guy like just doing the craziest shots.
Well, you're very similar to mine. My favorite Lakers of all time, my era, is Kobe, Shaq, and Pau Gasol.
I love Pau Gasol, but I think he was a little too soft for my liking.
He was a little bit too soft, but he was one of the biggest contributors for them going to 3 consecutive finals.
I agree 100%. I think he
so
was
to me, I don't think he gets enough credit. Yeah, he maybe needed a little bit more weight on him and maybe a little bit more
I love
tough.
His game. Don't get me wrong. I love his game.
But without him, Kobe don't get those 2.
He definitely. I mean, he's definitely one of my favorite ones for sure.
Yeah.
And I think as a person, he's a great guy too.
Yeah.
Like he was very close to Kobe.
It was either him or Fisher, dog.
Now, Fisher was like my dog. That guy was.
Come on, 0.3 or was it 0.4?
Point two, no, 0.2.
No,
San Antonio Stars. San Antonio. It was against the San Antonio Spurs.
Yes,
it was.
but
It was
I think it was
0.2, brother. I know that shit. It can't be.
You want to bet?
It's either 0.2 or 0.4, but
It's 0.4. I'm almost positive.
it was 0.2, brother. It was
All right,
0.2.
then drum roll. Hurry
0.2.
up, bro. 0.4? I
you got it,
told you, bro. I remember watching it.
Yeah, I watched that game too.
Do you remember watching that
Yeah, man.
that Robert
crazy.
Ory?
Oh yes,
When,
Sacramento Kings game
Roddy
7.
fucking spiked it to him, and I remember watching that
lucky
shit
rebound?
live, dog.
That was crazy. That was one of the. I think I lost my boys that day.
I
brother.
think I was what 15 at the time.
Nah, I couldn't have. Well,
Yeah.
Because I was like 9.
I was 12.
Yeah.
I was young, bro.
Well, I'm older than you guys.
Yeah, but you're older. You're older than this one by like 7 years, fool. So you're probably like 17, 18.
Yeah.
I was, yeah, because I was.
That
what?
was in 2002, brother. I think.
Yeah.
No.
Or 2001. It was the first.
That was
one.
2000. I think it was 2000.
2001, huh?
Yeah. So I was already like 17. You're right.
Damn,
Yeah.
I can't believe that 0.4. They even made. I even had my flag back then with Derek Fisher 0.4.
Yeah.
Remember when they made the window flags?
Which one do you think is the best Laker moment? Your best Laker moment?
For me, it was when we beat the Celtics 2010 when Kobe went into the stands and went like this. You know, like that was my moment that I will never forget because it was just the Boston Celtics. I fucking hated those guys. I still hate them, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because my daughter was born. It was June 7th. I'll never forget that fucking. I think it was June 7th, 2008, when they beat us. I saw that confetti, that green confetti, coming down on Kobe, bro, that day. And I had my daughter. She was a newborn. My daughter's 18. She was born in 2008. And I was sobbing in tears, brother. Looking at the game, I was crying like a baby. My wife came home that day from work. She used to work at Ralph's at the time at the bakery. And she saw me sobbing. She's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, and it's like, yeah, she saw the confetti, bro. I was heartbroken, brother.
Fuck the Celtics.
But then we got 2009. We got the Orlando Magic. We took care of them. And then we got the 2010. We got our revenge, brother. Ron Artest hitting that 3 was clutch. Meta World Peace at the time.
From the side was like, "Oh,
Yeah. Meta World Peace game clutch.
I was
Kobe
nervous as fuck.
Kobe didn't play his best game that
No,
day.
but he
La neta.
rebounded.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did something.
Yeah, so, and then who else was clutch that day? It was, Wojciech? No, that was Wojciech. That's way better.
Gasol was clutch.
Yeah, Gasol. There was another one.
He's the one that did the let's go. Remember? I still remember that shit. I was all jumping up and
Yeah,
down
that
and
was my
shit.
favorite Laker moment. What was yours?
My favorite Laker moment is... I have several.
Me too.
But I think you can never... That Robert Ory shot
Yeah,
is legendary, bro.
it was. You see Staples Center just go crazy.
I remember watching that shit.
Yeah. You know what's
Robert
crazy?
Ory.
Bro, the image,
Boom.
that image of him throwing it and everybody in the stand is just like that, and it's only one guy in the back like happy.
You know what's crazy? That this is a crazy story. In 2010, right after they won that Celtics, they were off season already. It was like already like after July or something like that. Me and my wife were at Knott's Berry Farm. Kobe used to love going to Knott's Berry Farm. He used to love Disneyland. He used to be always with his girls. And the day I'm in the roller coaster, right, with my wife, and the guy that came, he's like, "Oh, you ready to see Kobe?" I thought this fool was tripping, you know, like I didn't pay much attention. Kobe and his wife literally got backed in through the exit and put right in front of our roller coaster, like they were in front of us. So I got Kobe in front of me, bro. I'm over here like trying to like, damn, this is that's like I'm over here like, bro, it was crazy. It was so I could say I got on the same roller coaster with my hero, my childhood hero, man.
You should have just told him, Kobe, fuck the Celtics, dog. He probably would have been like,
Seriously, man.
that's right.
It's crazy that, you know, the worst things happen to the best people, man. I think Kobe was amazing. I think it was like, he wasn't perfect because, you know, he had his fallout with his wife early on, and that kind of killed his reputation early on with the whole back and forth. But I think as a person, just what his passion of how he approached the game, his hustle, his mentality, is something I could relate to now as far as how I approach my business. I go all in, brother. I'm extra as fuck. And that was Kobe. He was the first one there, the last one to leave. And he was very isolated. He was not the most social person, but they know he meant business. He was clutch as fuck. I like LeBron, but I never been a fan of his game. Kobe just the Black Mamba, man. He mean business. He mean business. Last 2, 3, 4 minutes of the fourth quarter, he was gonna fucking take care of you guys. And that's what I respect about that guy, and that's why I miss his ass.
All right.
The last game he had was pretty epic.
That was epic. Yeah, I think everybody was letting him shoot, but
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Well, they were,
they were
from a distance, like they weren't even trying to block his shot.
Yeah, they were just letting him shoot.
just letting
I
him.
think
like,
what was legendary was that Toronto Raptor game, that 81-point game.
Yeah.
That was legendary, bro.
But do you think that Bam, that fucking the Bam Adebayo game? Do you think he should have just checked himself out of the game? Like, I don't want to beat that record. Let's just leave it for Kobe.
I think so, but only he knows that.
Only he knows that. I'm like, fool, you went to the fucking free throw line 40-something times? Like,
yeah,
like they were trying to beat the record.
Yeah, they were really trying hard.
Kobe wasn't trying. I think they took him out with 81 points with
Phil Jackson
with like 9 minutes left.
Yeah, he could have easily gone for 100. That was, beat the Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah, he probably
easily.
Yeah, probably.
Crazy.
Phil Jackson
there was like 7 or 9 minutes left.
We're not doing that, bud. We're not doing that.
Yeah, and then just the fact when he fucked up his Achilles.
Yeah,
bro, he still went and shoot people. Now this fuckers get hurt and they're like, look at Paul Pierce when he did that. When he went the wheelchair.
Oh, with the mamada.
He came back and he started shooting threes now.
No, es que ese güey le va a las Chivas, güey. Got him. I had to throw it in there. Oh, man.
Nah, brother, but.
Questions before we go? Questions? Anything you want to add? Oh, let me ask you the last one.
Yes, sir.
Has there ever been like a scene that you cleaned that they didn't want to pay you?
No. So I learned.
Tienes suerte, güey.
Well, most of the cleanups I do, we collect deposit up.
Oh, okay.
Collect deposit up front. And now recently with my automations and everything, I make them put a fucking payment on file, regardless. So if they don't pay my shit within 3 days, my system will automatically take it from their account. So, gotta prepare yourself. And I learned that because I hate fucking calling them after a month. Hey, man, I haven't paid my invoice. And I hate going after people, man. Like, I get it. It's insurance. It takes me sometimes 3 months to get paid. But I don't care. Insurance,
it's guaranteed.
It's guaranteed. It's going to come. But chasing people, like, for 2-3 weeks, a month sometimes, like, nah. And I told this guy, nope. Make sure it's a requirement to put a card on file or put their checking account on file. And now when you're paid, if you don't pay me within the 3 days, my shit's coming out. I'm taking my money. So
that's smart.
Yeah, and then that's what it is. I have learned how to automate a lot of my business now. So it makes things flow now. And data's everything. But eventually, part 2, we'll get into the whole business and marketing aspect of things. And we'll leave that for the other show, right?
For sure. Well, brother, once again, thank you so
Thank you,
much
brother.
for
It was a
stopping
pleasure,
by,
man.
and we appreciate you.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
go. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. Now, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications so you don't miss our weekly episodes. See you on the next one. Let's go.